We've now reached the end of our unit on ancient Egypt, and so far we've had a lot of fun. One of the first projects we did was on ancient Egyptian religion, where we looked at the various gods the Egyptians worshipped, and we also looked at what those gods represented. We used the website spellingcity.com to help us learn new vocabulary that was related to the unit. We played an interactive game on shepherdsoftware.com to help us learn about the various rivers in Africa. After we learned about the geography of the region, we mapped out the area, making sure to highlight several points of interest. In this unit, we learned about the Nile River and how it was instrumental in helping Egypt become a strong empire. One benefit, the yearly flooding of the Nile, allowed ancient Egyptians to grow crops year-round, even though they were surrounded by desert. But in our activity, where we used readwritethink.org's compare and contrast map, we were able to see that the Nile flooding wasn't always a positive thing. We also took a paragraph from our one-page essay on Egypt's trade relationship with Nubia and turned it into a Wordle, which we then uploaded to the class wiki. One of the most fun activities we did all unit was we created a comic strip at readwritethink.org. The premise was that we pretended to be ancient Egyptian officials, and because of the tomb raiders that were stealing all the gold from the pharaohs, we were weighing the pros and cons of going to underground tombs or staying with the pyramids that we'd been using. Another project we did was to identify the structural differences between step pyramids and smooth-sided pyramids. Then we compiled an image file of the two different types. So now we're ready to do our final project for our Ancient Egypt unit. What we're going to do is make a travel brochure and a travel itinerary about the interesting places we've learned about in ancient Egypt. The first step is to go to the official website for all Egyptian travel and do some research. After you've done your research, the second thing you'll want to do is create your travel brochure. You can either do this by hand and color it in, or if you prefer, you can look for images online, print them, then cut them out and paste them into your travel brochure. Next, you're going to make a travel itinerary of all the interesting places that you think people should go when they tour Egypt. These are the objectives for the final project. In your travel brochure, you need to locate the Nile River. You also need to identify at least 4 major historical sites in Egypt. We learned about a lot. You also need to state why these sites are of historical importance, that is, who was it built for and why. We've learned a lot about ancient Egypt, and now that this unit is coming to an end, it's time to do our final project. You know your objectives? Good luck and have fun!